I just felt like talking today. Gosh, my hair is like so messed up. The thing is, like as a woman, I talk about this all the time. Like as a woman, like you just get slammed for like kind of however you present yourself. And I used to do like a lot more kind of like unfiltered things on social media, but people like were just like insulting me all the time. And the thing is, like, you can see a man on social media. Like, there's this guy, like, he's cute enough. He dances, and he's like a youngish guy, way younger than me. And he gets like so much love and props and praise. And he's like, in terms of how he looks, like he would be like a not a good looking woman. But there's just like guys, they present themselves like any old way, and it's like, oh wow, like it's so cool. Whereas women just get picked apart for everything, the way they look, what they say, what they do. And so that's one thing. The other thing I want to talk about today is just, you know, we're going through a collective reckoning or waking. Divine feminine is really waking up to its power. And I think, and I read in an article today, I think it was in the New York Times, that in coming years, women are going to control enormous amounts of wealth on the planet. Like, there's a lot of wealth that the baby boomers have, and the men are going to die. Like the men will die, and then the wives will inherit the money. So we are increasing in female owned resources on the planet. So many, you know, everybody knows the statistics that young women are getting more degrees than young men, often out earning young men. And where women get into problems with the whole earning money situation is when you become a mother. Like in America, you know, there's no safety net for becoming a mother. There's no, you know, daycare which is provided. There's no health care which is provided. So women that were working, you know, now they have to, you know, it's expensive to have a baby. It's hard on your health. So the woman has to do all that work and then raise the child or pay for daycare, which is very, very expensive and hard to come by. It's hard to raise children. I did it for decades. You know, as a stay-at-home mother, I did it for decades, and it was really hard. And it took everything, you know, took everything out of me, and I put everything into it, but it's hard. So women's, you know, that's what we're coming to terms with. Women's unpaid labor is what makes the world go round, and it always has been. And the whole system of patriarchy was designed to keep the resources and the power in the men's hands because they needed women. They needed women. And if women had access to their own resources, women wouldn't need men. And so men needed women to have their babies, to have children. Men need women for orgasms, sexual satisfaction, and it doesn't go the other way. Like every woman knows, it does not go the other way. A man is, you know, there's no guarantee you will be satisfied with a man sexually. So men don't provide sexual satisfaction. They can, but they don't inherently. Women inherently provide sexual satisfaction, inherently provide babies, whereas men don't provide either of those things. So men needed that, and then of course women do all the free labor. They raise the babies, and do, you know, cooking, all, you know, chores, hunting. Women were the best hunters. So women are providing essential labor and always have. Women create all life and then take care of everything. So men need that. They want that. So they had a lot of free time because they weren't doing the labor, and they designed laws, religions, customs that made all the power in the man's hands. So women had to align themselves with men. They had to align themselves with men to survive under patriarchy. And this is like the jig is up. See, that what's happening now is the jig is up, because so many women now are having their own money, having their own wealth, and also a lot of young women and older women and women of all ages are saying, and this is a global movement. This is not just in America. This is globally. This is the rise of divine feminine and women having resources and power, that they don't want to deal with men unless the man can bring improvement to their lives. Because the woman always brings improvement. She always brings improvement to the life. She creates life and takes care of it. So now we're at this, what are men going to bring to the table? If you want a woman in your life, you have to meet her on her terms. So this is an enormous shift and change in resources that women have on the planet, and we are gaining. Women are gaining every second. And I know there's a big backlash, you know, to, you know, in America and other places, to keep women suppressed and oppressed and take away body autonomy and force women to have babies. But this will fail, because we are going towards more equality and women owning more and more resources, more and more power, having more and more say in how the world is run. So this is what it's wonderful times. It's wonderful times to be a woman. It's wonderful times for everybody, because women are not going to be so oppressive and horrible like men were, because that was they had to keep us close, and they had to keep us powerless, so we would be forced to align with them, marry them and align with them, and they could be horrible and abusive, and women had no recourse.